Okay, so here I am in the ice hotel, and it made me think, who else lives in a house made of ice? And of course, it came to me, the big red S, Santa Claus, but also Superman. And this past week, the Superman Rebirth trade paperback came out, collecting the first section of issues of the new series that was relaunched last summer. Now, it's written by Peter J. Tomasi, and the art is done by Doug MAHNKE and by Patrick Gleason. And I like the writer, and I like both the artists, so I gave it a chance because I'm usually not a Superman kind of guy. And it's great so far. It's not the usual Superman rushes off and destroys a large beast and then comes back. That's boring. That's boring writing for Superman, and unfortunately, that's what's plagued it for a long time. Peter Tomasi broke in on the Batman books and did a great job there. And what he does is he brings a real humanity to Superman. Superman is with Lois Lane, still in Kansas, but this is the Superman from a different reality. It's actually the one that you probably know and grew up with, but DC Comics did their 52, New 52 relaunch several years ago, and they brought in a younger, newer Superman. Well, in the comic books, he's now dead. The Superman from the original universe that we all grew up and knew has been brought back from that alternate plane of reality that I don't even think exists anymore. And these are his adventures. So he's got Lois Lane, and they've also got their son, Jonathan, who also has superpowers like Superman, but they're not consistent. They're coming in sporadically, they work sporadically. And so you're seeing him grow up with Superman being his father and splitting duties between being a hero and being a dad. And Lois, who also has another Lois on that Earth, she can't go by the name Lois Lane anymore. In fact, the whole world knows that Clark Kent is Superman, so Superman doesn't go by Kent anymore either. He uses a different last name. They still live in rural Kansas, they just don't live in Smallville. Now, lots of cool things come out with having his son being a real Superboy. In fact, they have him meeting up with Damian Wayne, who is, of course, Bruce Wayne's son, and is Robin in the Batman comics. So he's not in that first arc, I don't believe, but you get a very good look at Superman interacting with his son, interacting with Lois, in a world where technically, even though everyone knows who Superman is, he's a new Superman to them because everyone on that Earth knows that Superman died. Clark Kent, who Superman died, and this new Superman is there. So if you're interested in some good writing and some good art and a different take on Superman, and it's not just the plain old boring kind, this is a great trade paperback to pick up. I read it monthly, or actually twice monthly because it comes out twice monthly, and I highly recommend it. Go and buy it. Go and try and check it out. And it's time for me to go to sleep here in my fortress of solitude. And I'll see you next time here on Dungeon Miser.